Animation. From your Western cartoons, to your Japanese anime, to the stuff that also falls somewhere in between. From 2D to 3D, from stylized to realistic.
16 times the detail.
There's a lot. From the stuff you see on Disney, to the stuff you see on Netflix, to the stuff you see on Amazon. Such as, Amazon's most recent show called Invincible.
Oh no.
Highly recommend about it. It's fucking great. There's a lot to unpack, but I'm here to talk to you about one specific group, one specific type of animation, and that is online animation, and the creators and community surrounding it. Online animation as we know it today started around July 6, 1995, with Tom Fulp creating Newgrounds, where he and his friends would post their animations and games, both primarily created in Flash, onto the website, until 1999, where the site went public, meaning anybody could post their animations and games there. It's during this time that today well-known creators started to make a name for themselves, such as Chris O'Neill, aka OniNG, also known as Only Plays, Ross O'Donovan, aka Rubber Ninja, also known as Rubber Ross, Aaron Hansen, aka Eagle Raptor, and Harry Patridge. It's also around this time where a website called StickPage was created, primarily focusing on stick figure animations and stick figure games. Throughout the 2000s, animations were mostly posted on Newgrounds, and it was doing pretty alright. But for everyone, it was mostly a hobby. The site was getting income, but the ads didn't go to the creators. It went to keeping the website up. And eventually, those creators had to get real jobs, giving them less time for animation. Until 2008, where YouTube, a site that was created February 14, 2005 by Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, and Jod Karim, got monetized. This meant that creators could earn money from the videos they were making, or in this case, animators and their animations. For a while, animation on YouTube was pretty good. People were earning a decent living and continuing to make animations, and series such as Adstuff Movie by Thomas Tomska Ridgewell were doing really well.
Hey guys, check out my new camera! Oh wait, this isn't the camera!
But none of them were ready for 2012, where YouTube changed its monetization rules from views to watch time. This meant that creators didn't earn money from the amount of views they get, but instead from how long the video is and how long people watch it. This heavily incentivized users to make longer videos and more videos. The problem is that animation is not easy. You can't just make another Let's Play a video game for about 3 hours and then upload the full footage. No, a 5-minute animation takes from like a few hours to a few weeks even, depending on the detail. This heavily impacted the animation community and nearly killed it, but it's also around this time a small webpage by the name of Fluid Atoms got bought out by StickPage, and one of the users by the name of Hyun, unsatisfied with the handling of Fluid Animations, created his own community by the name of Hyun's Dojo. Hyun's Dojo had a website, but more importantly it had a YouTube channel, where they would post frequent collabs, works, and projects by animators in that community. Being that it was all on one channel, people could see more works by smaller creators, giving them a boost in popularity. I've even managed to nab some of these creators for an interview. Their names are Teleporte, Eds, and Hyun himself. So, here we go. Let's start off with the basics. An introduction.
Right.
Who are you?
My name is Eric Kwan. I'm also known as Hyun online. I'm the owner of Hyun's Dojo animation community, and I mainly focus on not just animating myself, but running an animation community for a group of people that mainly, it's not just stick figure animators, but even though we do focus on that, but it's also art. It could be music, but it's mostly animations. And I've been doing that for probably over 10 years now, I think. So yeah, that's what we do. That's what I do.
Hi, I'm Teleporte. I am an animator on the internet, and I make animations every day, at least for 2020.
Why do I animate? I've animated since I was pretty little as a kid. I think it started in, I'd say it started in middle school. When I was in my teens, I think I was like 17, 18. My mom would try to force me to read books, and I really hated reading back then. I don't know why, but so instead of reading, I would just make little stick figure animations on the pages of every book that I was forced to read to read. So I think that's kind of how it started. And I think my family, especially my sister, she was into art and drawing, so that kind of got me into drawing a bit. But then I kind of veered off into animation somehow. And then I remember in the latter half of my middle school year, they actually had a animation course, and I took it because it was like a very new thing back then. And yeah, I really liked it. I ended up like being really good at it because I've been doing it in, just in books by myself. So yeah, I think it felt like a kind of like a natural thing to me, and then it just kind of carried over once it became more of a thing today.
I animate for various reasons. The biggest reason is because I like animating. And then there's the reasons that I want to make a living from it, and I am making a living from it. And then there's because I want to inspire other people to do something good or to feel better. Yeah. I got into animation when I was like 5 years old, when my dad asked me if I wanted to do a stop motion animation with a bionicle figure. And so we did that, and we made a bionicle figure move. And ever since then I had a slight interest, and then I started to take it a little bit more seriously in 2010 when I got into Pivot, and then I transitioned into EasyToons and then into Flash.
Yes, I think that's very realistic, especially nowadays, because before, I mean, like, 10 years ago, it was like you'd have to go to an animation school, and then you'd make connections there, and then you'd make portfolio, and then you would submit it to animation companies, and then they'd like pick through portfolios in that sense. But now, a lot of these, overseas anime companies and just animation companies in general, they're just looking through Twitter for talent, and like I think probably over 60% of the animators that I know that went into industry got reached out from like Twitter, like just through Twitter DMs or simple emails of.
Out of all the social media I've seen, Twitter has the most prominent amount of animators.
Oh yeah. I think Twitter kind of plays a big part, and just social media in general. So nowadays it's like your portfolio is whatever you post online, and if you're consistent with that, that higher your chances of getting reached out and noticed by not just people, but animation companies as well.
A lot of channels and stuff also make like highlight reels. or like a
Yeah,
full-on
yeah.
reel of everything they've done throughout like the entire year.
Yeah, you
And-
just
and
gotta
some-
keep posting.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I'm one of them. I did not go to a formal school. Everything that I know was learned from YouTube and from practice, so it's definitely possible. And almost even better because you're not spending a ton of money on an education which doesn't teach you that much, or an education that makes you have to learn stuff by yourself, right? So you're gonna have to put an effort anyway, so might as well just do it by yourself and learn everything by yourself. Especially when it comes to arts and animation, because it's such a self-taught thing.
Ida Bagus Yoga. I'm probably mispronouncing that because I'm a fucking idiot. But he's better known as Guzu, or Guz. Is a Hune's Dojo creator most well known for the first Dominic collab. But he's also done some professional work. A few of the notable ones being Rick and Morty X Men Jules Omama music video, Castlevania, Amphibia, Rivals of Ether, DuckTales, Naruto, Valorant, and there's probably more, but I can't. Guzu is proof that there are talented animators within Hune's Dojo and other communities online. It's proof that when it comes to animation, you don't need really an education. You just need a will and creativity. They'll never look at your fucking studying. You went to a cool art college. Well, it does, kind of matter. They'll usually look at the work you've done. That's the important part. And that's about all I got right now. I'm hoping that Future Me did a pretty good job of the editing and managed to get this done in time, which I doubt, to be honest. Also, Newgrounds seems to be popping off again, thanks to a little game, you might have heard of it. Friday night something. I don't know, it's just a little popular,